I did not play Path of Exile 1, but I spent years playing Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Last Epoch, and other Diablo clones. So when I heard that Path of Exile 2 was going to be a mix of my favorite games, Elden Ring and Diablo 2, I was extremely excited to finally try out this game. After finishing Act 1, I was hooked, enamored, addicted, and I had immediate thoughts about this being the game of the year. I was sold. And truth be told, I still feel this way, but there are certain game-breaking, rage-inducing mechanics that need to be addressed before this goes live, or this game is dead on arrival. So first up is the inability to quick switch from mouse and keyboard to controller. Most ARPGs have this functionality built in, and I would think a title like this that's pushing the genre forward would have this basic functionality, but as it is currently, we have to log out to the character selection screen and then swap controls. It's really cumbersome. Things like linking items in chat and cleaning up my stash would be much easier if I didn't have to rely on controller to do it. I really hope they change this. And on top of that, if my controller loses connection for any reason, it's an instant disconnect. This seems like it's an obvious bug since there is a screen that seems to give you the option to reconnect, but it's still extremely frustrating, to the point that I almost want to give up using controller at all. It's just too risky to have this happen, say 30 minutes into a trial of Sekemis. It's really not worth it. Now, more on the mechanic side of things, hitboxes in this game are unbelievably inconsistent. This goes for minions and mobs alike. Sometimes minions will walk through each other and attack the pack of mobs together at the same time like they should. Then other times your entire army will get stuck in a doorway, leaving you alone while you charge in a battle. Also, if these minions are stuck in a door or fighting a mob that came up from behind you, they will just despawn if you run too far away from them. I can't stand this mechanic, as this game requires a lot of kiting to succeed, and kiting away from your minions will cause them to despawn mid-fight, which makes these encounters take so much longer than they actually should. The devs said they took a lot of inspiration from Diablo 2 for this game, but decided not to take one of the core mechanics from minions in Diablo 2, which is having them teleport to you if you leash too far away from them. I really hope they reconsider this in the future as well. This issue may only be an Infernalist problem, so other classes might not be able to relate, but during battle, there are so many effects and minions on screen that it's almost impossible to see hazards that are on the ground. While mapping, I'm always standing in blood or poison, and the only way I know I'm standing in it is because I see my health going down. I really want these hazards to be more visible through my skills, like, a colorblind mode, or maybe have the hazards have like a bright red flashing outlining, or something of the sort, so I can at least know what I'm getting hit by, instead of wondering, like, why am I taking damage? This is an issue that Diablo 4 and PoE 2 suffer from, but games like Last Epoch absolutely nailed. And that's the purpose behind doing in-game grinding. The why behind spending hours of farming for maps. At the moment, PoE 2 has nothing right now, just absolutely nothing. There's no PvP, there's no leaderboards, no rare items to hunt for. It feels like we're farming just to get better at farming. And that's a really terribly boring feeling. On top of that, there's no chill farming in this game at all. During in-game mapping, if I stop paying attention for 10 seconds, my character is dead, and I lost that map. Look, I'm a Black Desert Online player, so I understand what it means to farm just to farm, but there needs to be some game modes where we can turn off our brain and relax for a bit, or that farm isn't going to last very long. So look, there's a lot of new developments going on in the gaming world right now. BDO has a new class coming out, Tekken's getting Clive in a few days, and Elden Ring is right on the horizon. So as it is now, PoE 2 cannot compete with these already well-established titles. Right now, the new player is going to pick up this game, beat it, and at best complete their build. But afterwards, there's not much in place to turn these free-to-play players into brand loyalists. And I really hope they take our recommendations seriously before the game launches, because just like you, I want to see this game succeed.